Hi there, I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question, and I get to help you find an answer. Now, today's question comes from a person who wants to know, how do I clean out a toilet that is completely filled to the top with toilet paper and poop? Okay, well, before I answer that question, let me ask you a question. The question is, how did the toilet get that way? If somebody just unraveled a roll of toilet paper into the toilet, well, that can be scooped out and thrown away. But since there's poop in it, I'm going to suggest that this has been an ongoing drainage problem and the toilet is not flushing correctly, and probably lots of people have used that toilet. If that's the case, there's a lot of different stuff in that toilet that we don't want to touch with our bare hands. So before you do anything, I'm going to ask that you get some gloves, and these are just disposable nitrile or latex gloves that you're going to wear for this particular situation, because we don't want you to get any germs from this. Okay, how did the toilet get that way? Lots of people have wet wipes that they use. And if you're using wet wipes, they need to be flushable. If they're not flushable, then that's probably what's causing the toilet backup. So if you have unlucky situations that require wet wipes at the toilet, you might consider having a garbage can right next to the toilet where you can throw that in the garbage can instead of trying to flush it. Also, what can go inside that garbage can are feminine products instead of flushing those down the toilet as well, because those will also and have been known to clog toilets. Now, I don't know what kind of a building you're in, but if you're not in a private home and you're in an apartment complex, it is possible that the drain pipes that are coming from the ceiling and routed through the building are stopping somehow at your toilet. And so there could be blockage that came from somewhere down the line and is stopping at your toilet, causing it to back up. So if that's the case, my first suggestion would be, once you have your gloves on, that you use a regular plunger. This is a plunger that you can buy at any hardware store, Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart, Target, they all sell plungers. But instead of just a regular plunger, get one that has a little connector on it that will fit into the round part of the bottom of the toilet bowl. This will create a suction so that when you plunge it up and down, it will create a vacuum-like suction. And that way it will push the stuff that's in the tube that goes down to your plumbing pipes, that it will push that out by creating that vacuum and that suction-like situation. If it's really, really clogged and you've cleared out all of the junk, and you're going to probably have to clear out the junk before you could use a toilet auger. But this is a toilet auger. This is what it looks like. Basically what you do is you take this part and you put it inside the toilet down through the toilet bowl. And then once you have snaked that down, you take this and you simply turn it, and it grows and it goes all the way through your toilet pipes. And it pushes all the stuff out to, if you're in an apartment, the next guy's house, right? It's going to push it out of your pipes. So if you live in a home, this is awesome. And this is what professional plumbers will use. And this is actually a really good thing to have on hand in every household, especially if you have 3, 4, 5 toilets. This costs about $30. And like I say, you can buy it at Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever. I'll actually put a link to it in the show notes so that you can just click on it and see exactly what I'm talking about, so you know the name of it and everything. But that is how I would actually clear the pipe so that you don't have the backup in your toilet. Now, if you have to take this stuff out with your hands, once you have the gloves on, you may want to get a great big garbage bag and literally scoop this stuff into a garbage bag. It's not going to be pleasant, but having a busted up toilet that's full of toilet paper and poop is not going to be pleasant either. So you kind of have to figure out what's going to work here for you. Okay, having said that, it's probably a good idea to double bag your garbage bag and to twist it so that stuff doesn't leak out and then it doesn't fall out and then it doesn't stink up wherever you're going to put that garbage bag. And then my suggestion would be to take out the garbage as soon as possible. Now, from here on out, what you may want to do is you may want to have a talk with the people that live in your house and just say, hey, listen, there's problems with the toilet. The toilet is not flushing correctly. And if it is a drainage problem and they can participate in helping by using a garbage can next to the toilet, that will prevent this from happening again. Now, it's very possible that the handle on the toilet is not working properly And those handles can be replaced for just a couple of bucks. I mean, you literally unscrew one side of it, put in a new handle, adjust the tension where the water drains from the toilet. And when you flush the toilet, then all the water will drain properly. Because if it's just a toilet tank problem, then you can fix that, like I say, for a couple of bucks, and again, at the hardware store. I'll put a link in the show notes to the handle as well, so that if you need a new handle, that's all you may need. Another thing that you might consider is there's a little ring around the top of the toilet pump that's inside the toilet tank. And sometimes over time, if it's an older toilet, that might wear away. And so that ring might need to be replaced. And again, that's also a couple bucks. It's not expensive. So for a couple bucks and maybe a $30 auger, you could completely do all of your own toilet repairs. Because if you call a plumber, it's going to cost you well on the other side of $100 to have someone come out and clear that toilet for you. So I don't know if you're a do-it-yourself kind of person, or if you want to call a plumber. Plumbers are in the business of clearing out toilets, and they will clean the toilet out, and they will flush it, and they will use the auger and all of those things. And if you need toilet replacements, they can do that for you. So if you're not a do-it-yourself person, a plumber is a great option. And if you are a do-it-yourself person, once you know how to do it, then you can do it for the rest of your life. But it starts with the habits that you use that cause the toilets to be clogged. So that, my friend, is how you unclog a toilet that is filled with toilet paper and poop. Sorry that you're in this situation. It's not ideal, but hopefully this helps you resolve it. Alrighty, so that's my tip for today. And until we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.